this one. Information Committee. Right, information. And let's see, there we are.
Alrighty.
Start here in just a half a second. That, are we, yeah, we're,
It's about 10 to 15 seconds behind.
yeah, you're moving. Okay. I was just wondering if that one was froze.
Yeah, no, that's just why I said I wanted to wait before instead of ending stream immediately.
Yeah.
When our committee of the whole starts, Angela and Jennifer, they have to wait out. And they have to come out like a grad entrance.
Put mittens on Angela.
We could really mess a lot of things up like that.
I'm gonna close the door.
All right,
Perfect.
we're streaming. Thank you,
Yeah,
Mayor.
that's good. That sounds good. Perfect.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. This is, Marie, you're welcome to stay here, obviously. This is Tuesday, December 6th, 2022 at 6:30 p.m. This is the Information Committee. Members here, Jennifer Allen, Fred Nielsen, and also we have Council Member Raymond Whedon here with us. The purpose of tonight's meeting is to discuss the village directory. As of the last meeting, I was tasked with a couple items. One, just to bring everybody up to speed. The committee was in agreement to go with let's see, is it Postnuts? Yeah. Postnuts, quote, they're the ones that did the village directory last time. They offered $1.77 per book, per directory, plus taxes, but the village doesn't pay taxes, so it's $1.77. As reference, last year, it was,
19?
I believe it was $1.49.
$1.46.
$1.46 per book, so it went up 30-some cents per book. And last time they were the lowest, least and best bid also. I was tasked to contact them to see how much additional pages would be for additional room in advertising. He got back to me about a week and a half later. It is 9 cents more per additional sheet. Now, each sheet has 4 pages on it. The committee last time decided, or we were in agreement, I should say, to keep the advertising charges the same as they were in the prior directory a few years ago.
I'm sorry, Mr.
Go
Chairman,
ahead.
was that, I just want to be sure I have my numbers right. We had 19 sheets last time?
Yes, yes, we had 19 sheets, and this quote is for 19 sheets of 20-pound stock for a total of 76 pages in black ink. Then there is one sheet of 110-pound index to be printed double-sided as a cover. So if we added, now last directory, we made, or I should say we took in $1,200 in advertising costs. So we netted, basically the book cost us $300 and some to print by the time we took in that amount of money. We spent last year $1,752 for 1,200 books, took in 1,200. So 500 and some bucks, I think it was. So anyway, if we pay the $1.77 times 1,200, that's $2,124, which is a change of $372. If we add one sheet that's 4 pages that brings it up to $1.86 per book. It's going to cost the village $2,232. But we have the potential for increasing revenue for the book an additional $1,000. Each sheet we add, we increase it by $1,000. So that would pretty much cover the printing of the book. If we added 2 additional sheets, that's 8 pages, that would increase the revenue from the book $2,000. That would more than cover printing the book. 2 sheets would be $2,340 cost. And if we sold all the advertising, we'd bring in $3,200. So 2 sheets would be more than enough to cover the cost of printing the book and distributing the book. The Owl last time distributed the book, and I'll tangent just a little bit. Angela could not find anything about paying the Owl. There was an agreement to pay the Owl. I looked in my records and I couldn't find anything as to what was talked about. I seem to, and I could be off, I seem to remember $500, is that right?
I
About
think that
right?
was right, yeah, it was just about that, because we figured that would, it's less than a postage stamp to half of a quarter of the village.
Right. So I would suggest whatever, if the Owl is still interested in distributing it, just come up with a number and advise us, and we'll take it from there. That's the only thing we can do, and make sure that the Owl gets paid for doing it. But even adding that $500 or whatever the cost would be, 2 pages would more than cover that cost. If we added 3 sheets, again, that's an additional $3,000 worth of income for the book. What I would suggest is opening up the advertising to whomever wishes to advertise. For example, Postnet, he said, I might even, I'm considering if you open it up to put an ad in there. And we have several people in the village that has businesses outside of the village that would like to advertise, or they've been indicated that they would. And several local businesses, we've got new restaurants that moved in and things like that, and even places in Northfield that I'm sure would like to advertise in our directory, since it goes, put their menu in there, put their services in there, whatever. So it would be very acceptable to me to open it up to all advertisers and see how many we get. And if we cover what we already had, plus adding 1, 2, or 3 additional pages, that's great. If we only get enough to add 2, that's fine. As Jennifer said the last time, with the Owl, it fluctuates depending on how much information they have in there. So we have our printing costs. We know we're going to be covered if we get the advertising for the printing costs. So that's not an issue. What does everybody else think about that?
Oh, we talked about this before, and I agree, Brian. I mean, I think it's a plus. We're actually going to be making money on it instead of paying money for the.
Right. And you okay with that?
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
philosophy?
we went through, of course. But last time we went, and I had estimated it would cost $1.96 a book, so I'm glad I was very close there. If I'm
Yeah.
to $1.95. So those were some of the numbers that we had talked about.
Yeah, and concerning the advertising, I there was last time a mailer put out to the local businesses. And it was one page, and actually it was 2 pages. It was a 1-page letter with the cost on the second page of each advertising price. Half page is $125. Full page inside cover was $275. Full page inside back cover was $275. Full page outside back cover was $400. The committee last meeting decided to add a full page interior with these additional pages. Or, I'm sorry, yes, a full page interior would be $250. So that's where we came up with the simple math, $250, that's $500 a page, or, yeah, a page that we would realize. So I revised this, I gave this to Mary Delansky, just, it had Mayor Hurst's, name on it, the dates needed to be changed, and contact Mary Delansky as opposed to some, generally was on there. I, put Mary's, email address, and I also put on there the price of the ads have been kept the same and are listed on the enclosed form. So she's gonna do her magic and create another letter, and we'll get those out to businesses.
What were those prices again? The full page inside would be $250, back page was $400. We had back page inside cover.
Full page inside back cover was $275, and that's the same as front, inside front cover.
Front and back were both $275. Mr. Chairman,
I have, yes, sir, go ahead.
we had talked about increasing those by $25, but since we're adding the 2 pages, I guess we really don't need to discuss that.
And it was $125 for a half a page?
Yes,
That's
$125 on
okay.
half page.
I think I have one.
It was 400 for
I'm
the,
sorry, we took in $1,500 from the advertisers last time instead of, I put 1,200 on my notes,
Yeah.
it was 1,500. So what I'd like to do is get a consensus tonight from the committee to move forward with this and to, we're having a COW meeting tonight in 18 minutes to recommend to the full body of council and the mayor to go ahead and accept PostNet's bid for this as opposed to going out for a full bidding process. And the reason why we would do that, we discussed this last time, was we had a really good experience with PostNet the last time. And they have all the information. There's, the cost of this is well under the requirement monetarily wise to go out for bid, that requires us to go out for bid. And all the other ones are going to be increasing price anyways. That's our feeling. I'm sure that they are. And again, the increase in price is not, I thought it was going to be more, actually. It was,
Oh, you little pig.
3, yeah. Last time was $1.46, and again, now it's $1.77. So, I fully support recommending, PostNet to the full body of council, just to get it done. And if we do go out for bid, there's a cost to that. We have to advertise it. So there's additional cost to the village to do that. If somebody else did get the bid, we then have to transfer all that information that PostNet already has to the other company and things like that. So there's a cost incurred to the village for doing that also. So what's everybody think about that?
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, Mr.
Nielsen.
Nielsen. I was getting there.
Just to recap, just to recap, from our last meeting and my notes from the last meeting, but we are going to keep the advertising prices the same.
Yes,
We're gonna add an additional 2 pages at 9 cents a sheet, which comes out to 4 pages, I'm sorry, a sheet, which comes out to 4 pages.
Right.
Per sheet.
right.
So, and with the additional advertising, the book will be more than covered.
Right. If we get 2 additional sheets full of advertising, it'd be $2,000 increase.
$2,950 total in advertising, which would be $110 over our cost.
Yeah, It would
With
just
a
pay.
$500 delivery fee.
yeah. And if we were able to fill up an additional 3 sheets, that's $1,000 more over that. So as I said before, I would go to 3 sheets if we had the advertising to fill up 3 sheets. If we only have advertising to fill up 2, then we just do 2, you know.
Well, just don't forget, and yeah, no, I mean, if we had to add a 3rd sheet, but 2 full sheets that you would be adding in is actually 8 pages of advertising.
Correct.
1, 2,
Right.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, the other half, so.
Correct.
But 4 pages on a sheet, so.
Right.
Yeah.
And that
Exactly.
includes our map, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that includes the map, everything.
Everything else
Map
is
would
the
be in the
same.
center, yes. And he did a test run. He wasn't sure how many pages that his machine, the way that's bound, could handle. He said it's no problem. So that's not an issue. So are we okay with
Absolutely.
making a recommendation tonight to the COW to go ahead with
Absolutely,
PostNet?
yes.
Mr. Spitznagel, see, I know your name.
We shouldn't say Mrs.
I would suggest that we go forward with this.
All right.
As long as everybody's in agreement.
Yes.
Okay, then I'll let the record in the minutes show that everybody was in agreement. Does anybody have, let's see, what? We talked about the owl delivery, and so Jennifer, if you'd get back to us with the cost with that, and I'm
Certainly.
sure that's going to be a nominal delivery fee by the time we do everything. And the letters to the businesses. And I did speak with Mary today. She said that she has gotten relatively few responses back from residents. So if you are a resident listening or watching, please talk to your friends and neighbors. And it's one of those computer things, garbage in, garbage out. We only get a quality directory dependent upon the quality of information we receive, so.
Do we have anything listed on the website where people could submit their information?
No, and I'll work on that.
Because unfortunately, I did not see any of the sheets at the Christmas lighting.
Oh, yeah, that's right, there were no sheets. We wanted to get those out. That's right. Website and morning meetings with the mayor.
Yeah.
So we need to print some of those sheets.
Mhm.
Okay. We'll print a bunch of those sheets.
Yeah,
And-
because
and-
even with the morning meetings with the mayor, that seems to be a very similar group each time, but they may know of a neighbor that wants it changed or, you know, is new and may be interested in.
And we can drop those off. Well, Delansky can take those up at the the event center and have a stack of them there too. Out.
Yeah, or drop them at the window here.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Both.
both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's important too, the residents know that this stays in the village. This isn't something that's being distributed throughout, you know.
Right, exactly. And I think that what Mary put together that went into the journal stated that very clearly, hopefully. Does anybody have anything else? So I will try to get this on the website. Again, it's the county, whether we can maybe we can put a PDF form on there and
Or maybe
Print it
they could
up.
put it on our Facebook page.
put it on the
I mean,
Facebook
at least
page.
list it or something,
Yeah,
you know, so people
Facebook
can go. And yeah, if they could do a PDF on our website, if our, you know, our Facebook, the
I know
police
they,
Facebook.
I'd be willing to bet that they cannot do a fillable form directly on the website. But they
Right.
could put the form, a PDF of the form on there where somebody could print it up.
Right, yeah, but if we could get just the information on our Facebook page and on the police Facebook page, that they can contact the village hall or go to the village website for the form, if we can get it uploaded to that.
Okay. Mr. Reedy?
Yeah, Mr. Chair, I did have a question.
Yes, sir.
And it's not regarding the actual process of printing, but it's more so on the distribution side.
Mhm.
As it relates to new residents. I know at one time the village had a information package, a welcome
Yeah, we
package.
still do.
Is that still a process that goes out? That I did meet a resident and I would just tell them, well, what's up in your directory?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, what directory? He said, the one that came in your information package. So I just, you know,
Yeah, usually, as a matter of fact, the information committee, when was it, last year or the year before? I think it was last summer, we revised the information that they get a little
receiving.
bit. Yeah,
So they should have
so
gotten
they
it.
should have
If
gotten it.
They did not.
I believe Lisa, when somebody moves into the village, she gets her address and sends that out.
it
Well,
goes out
Lisa-
by mail.
I believe, no, it doesn't go up by mail. How does it, I'm gonna have to check
have
it.
to
Call Lisa and ask her exactly how it gets there.
We do have extra directories here.
Yeah,
And I actually have a small handful in my car, so if I meet somebody that doesn't know about it, I'll give it to them. you know,
somebody
then.
used to deliver those to the residents.
Well,
It was the women's club.
Oh.
The women's club used to do a welcoming thing for new residents when they moved in. You know, they wanted to promote themselves primarily, but they took some information from the village and usually like a little care package, cookies or something like that, or a pie. And,
Yeah,
you know, they would go to the residents, but the women's club is,
we'll definitely follow up
and I'll
on
inquire with Lisa
Yeah.
about the resident. Well, mine came in the mail to my former address before I actually even moved in the house here. It came to my, where we were living at the time. So I got the package before we even moved here.
that. Oh, okay.
So it came in
that's
the mail.
Lisa being on
Okay.
top of things.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it didn't come with cookies. It came in the mail.
No.
maybe it did, but somebody took them before you.
Cookies do not get passed.
The new residents, package. Okay, I will ask her tomorrow.
Yeah, 'cause like I said, this is gonna take a long time, especially to try to get residents, you know, and maybe we could have Lisa target the new residents with a
Yeah.
specific letter from the
Yeah.
past 4 or 5 years. You know, I would say even 5 years, because residents just moving in may not have been aware of meetings and things like that, you know, busy setting up their lives, but if she could send a specific letter to those residents.
We can put something together and come up with the people who, you know,
Mhm,
moved in since that last directory
mhm.
came
Well, that's what I
out.
said, I would even go before this, you know, back as far as
Yeah.
maybe 5 years,
5
because
years.
people wouldn't really, if they're not in the loop and they're not attending things and they're not watching meetings and
Right.
stuff, then it would be very easy to be unaware of it.
Right, put a letter in with the form in
Right.
there and, okay, so we'll start with the businesses. If we get the advertising down, that's
Mhm.
good.
That's the
If we
main-
got that, if
Right.
we get it down, that'll be good. Does anybody have anything else?
There's nothing
I'm
online.
good.
Can I get a motion for adjournment, please?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Vote on the motion. Fred,
Yes.
Jennifer?
Hmm.
You can stay here as long as you like. And
Yes.
me,
Yeah,
yes,
5
so
minutes.
3 A's
yes.
approved and meeting adjourned at 6:55 PM. For those of you who are watching, in 5 minutes, we'll have a COW meeting. This link is going to go away and you have to click on the COW link. There's a couple different ways you get to it. You probably know, if you're watching this, you know how to get to it, but you have to click on the COW link, and we'll see you in 5 minutes. Thank you.
Hi, Nicole. You met Ruth?